This desperately needs to be said, and I think that a lot of people are going to watch this video either right now or one day. So I'm going to assume that I'm speaking to a million people and that my words will make an impact on their life. I made a video about Caitlin Clark a couple days ago, and it actually went viral overnight last night, and I'm very surprised that it did. So shout out to you if you subscribed, and I appreciate all the lovely words you guys gave me in that video. But when I talked about Caitlin Clark, to talk about a lot of the hate she's been getting recently, and I left out the whole racism part because I didn't want to go there, and I wanted to keep it purely basketball. And we're going to keep it basketball today. I'm going to be talking about the WNBA and the NBA, but I don't want to talk about the racism from sports fans. Sports fans, especially black sports fans, call racism, and I'm not gonna say especially because it comes from both sides, but I'm gonna pinpoint black sports fans. I'm talking to you. You call racism at every little thing, and I think it's stupid because not everything is racism. Racism does not exist on the same level it did 100, 200 years ago. Look, Plessy v. Ferguson, it was overturned. All right, we're not living under Jim Crow anymore. Can you stop it and calm down? Not everything is racism. Just because we say Caitlin Clark is a better player than Angel Reese does not mean that we're white supremacists. I know. Look, let me let you know something. Caitlin Clark is better than Angel Reese. She is, just as a basketball player, in my opinion. But look, that's subjective, right? Because you can feel differently. But the reason Caitlin Clark gets more media attention than Angel Reese is not, I promise you, it's not because they are pushing a white supremacist agenda. Now, I can't back that. I'm talking about lower end content creators, people like Kenny Beecham, people like Ball Don't Lie, like people that talk about Caitlin Clark on YouTube, on the YouTube side of things. They're not racist, man. They're not racist for talking about her more than they talk about Angel. It's like people on YouTube like me, we're not being racist because we talk about Caitlin. It's not racism. She's just, for one, more exciting to watch. It doesn't mean that Angel might not be a better player. I personally don't think she's a better player. I don't think so at all. But if you believe she's a better player, I can't debate you on that because debates like that are futile. Like, it's like me debating LeBron versus Jordan. We'll never come to a conclusion, ever. No matter how many debates I have, no matter if 100 million people watch this video right now today of me talking about LeBron versus Jordan, we'll never come to a conclusion. I won't change everybody's minds because it's subjective. It's a subjective thing. People look at it from different lenses and what they think makes a great basketball player. In the same way, I'm not finna sit here and debate Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark. But at the end of the day, man, Caitlin Clark is more exciting. She's more fun to watch. It's a fact. She does more numbers. Not because, I don't believe this is because white supremacy and they're pushing her more because she's white. It's just because she's more exciting. The new game of basketball is more fun when you're pushing the pace. You're shooting crazy step back logo threes. That's what she does. Steph Curry has changed the shift of basketball. So you can't call racism on everything. Like, please stop doing that. Don't come in my comment section with that bull crap. I don't want to see it. Stop. Now, I want to talk about Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic. People swear that the media pushes them more. And they say that their game is boring to watch. This and that. If you actually watch Luka Doncic and Nikola Jokic that I have all season, what you'll understand about those guys is that they are probably two of the most brilliant players, like top 10 brilliant players to ever play the game of basketball when it comes to mind, way of playing, understanding the game of basketball. And they do all of this in the same era. We've never seen anything like this before. You could go back 60 years and you might find me 5 or 6 guys to the level of Nikola Jokic and Luka Doncic when it comes to understanding the game of basketball and playing it in the right way. You might find me 5 or 6 guys. We got 2 of them playing in the same era. And they are doing things that have never been done. They're breaking records that have never been broken. I know Jokic and Luka lost last night, and Ant-Man is on the rise. But they did some spectacular things. They did. And they are doing, Luka's still doing spectacular things. I think he's going to have a great series against Ant-Man. It's going to be very fun to watch those 2 guys go at it. What you have to understand about the media giving these guys attention is that if they don't give these guys attention, you won't know who they are. It'd be very unfair for a guy to be doing spectacular things in the way they are and not get media attention. It'd be very unfair. It would. And if you say, well, they're giving them more media attention than they are black guys. At the end of the day, there are no black guys in the NBA who are breaking records like them. There's no black guys in the NBA who are doing things like they are. It's just the truth. Only LeBron, and that's about it. And LeBron gets more media attention than them both combined, probably. So let's not go there. There's not any black guys in the league right now who deserve more media attention than those two guys. I don't believe it. I don't believe it is true. I don't know. SGA is not doing what Luka's doing, and he's not on the level. SGA is a great player. These guys are great players, but there's only one basketball on the court. And use that analogy to media attention. So only one guy that can be the head of the NBA. And right now, Jokic and Luka should be the head because they are the best players in our league. They are. And that's my opinion, right? But they're unopinionatedly, they're breaking more records than anybody else. And they're doing things that have not been done more than anybody else. They're making history. And it's not racism to talk about it. It's not. Not everything is racism. I'm going to give you a Bible verse. If you made it this far. I didn't want to start the video off like that because I do make basketball content. I don't want to market it like that. But look, I want to talk about a Bible verse. Even if you don't believe in the scripture, this Bible verse is a really good representation of what I think is going on with black sports fans. There's a Bible verse, Matthew 12:34. It says, "You brood of vipers." This is Jesus talking. I think he's talking to the Pharisees here. He says, "You brood of vipers, how can you speak good when you were evil? For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks." One translation says, "Out of the mouth speaks the abundance of the heart." What you have to understand is that these black sports fans who keeps calling racism everywhere, what they're speaking is a real representation of their heart. Deep down, these people have a lot of trust issues. They've been told by their parents and their grandparents and their aunties and their uncles, don't trust any white people. There's no way you can live peacefully when you don't trust anybody. If you don't trust people, you can't live. You have to put your trust in, you need to put your trust in God. But you can't put your trust in nothing. Because if you put your trust in nothing, you can't trust yourself. You can't trust anything. And so then you're just going around expecting everybody to be against you. You can't just go around holding things against people who didn't do anything to you. These people have something deep in their heart that makes them feel like every person is against them. And as a young black man, I'm here to tell you today that everybody is not against you. I have a lot of white friends. I've been into a lot of white households of people that I do not know, just my friends' households, and I've seen their grandpas and their aunties, their uncles. I've seen them and I've met them, shook their hand. I promise you, people are not as bad as you think they are. Look, I'm telling you, not everybody's racist and against you. Please stop thinking that you're a victim. Because it's not that I'm saying that victimhood is wrong or bad. I think it is. That's not my point. The reason I'm telling you to stop thinking you're a victim is because if you always think you're a victim, you'll never be the victor. Like, if you're always a victim, you'll never be the conqueror. Like, stop thinking like a victim and start thinking like I'm about to go take care of business and I'm about to go put myself in the soil and my roots are going to go far. Like, please stop acting like a victim, because if you're a victim, you can never be victorious. Please. Out of the mouth speaks the abundance of the heart. For out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. That's all I have to say on this. I didn't really make a lot of basketball conclusions and connections here, but I said what I wanted to say. Stop being racist and start thinking about the fact that if you don't trust anybody, well, who can be trusted? You know what I'm saying? Like,